Stop scrolling right now and stay with me for the next few minutes, because what you are about to read may completely change the way you see Moon Jae-young. And if you truly admire talent, then do not just read this, share it, talk about it, and let the world know that real stars are not made by looks alone, but by heart, discipline, and fearless dedication. When people first see Moon Jae-young, they often notice the soft smile, the gentle eyes, and the graceful way she carries herself on screen. But if you look closer, if you really pay attention, you will discover something far more powerful than beauty. You will find a performer who controls the mood of every scene without shouting, without forcing attention, and without trying too hard. It is the kind of presence that cannot be taught and cannot be copied. It is felt. Picture this. A quiet room. Two characters facing each other. No loud music. No dramatic movement. Just a pause. Then Moon Jae-young lifts her eyes, and in that single moment, the entire emotion of the scene changes. Viewers lean forward. Hearts start to beat faster. Not because something loud happened, but because something deep happened. That is her power. She does not chase the camera. The camera chases her. What many fans rarely talk about is how fearless she is with emotions. She does not protect herself from difficult roles. She does not hide behind safe characters. Instead, she steps into personalities that feel real, and sometimes broken, and sometimes strong, and sometimes confused, just like real people. When she plays pain, you believe it. When she plays joy, you feel it. When she plays confidence, it looks natural, not forced. That level of control takes years of hard work and endless practice that nobody sees behind the scenes. There is also her discipline. Long before fame followed her, she was already training, studying scripts, learning how to express emotion through small movements and quiet expressions. While others were still discovering their path, she was already building hers brick by brick. It is easy to admire the success, but what is truly inspiring is the patience it took to get there. Now, imagine a filming set late at night. The crew is tired. The lights are still on. The scene needs to be perfect. Moon Jae-young reads her lines one more time, not because she is unsure, but because she wants to give more than what is expected. When the director says action, she transforms. Not into someone pretending, but into someone living inside the story. When the director says cut, the room stays silent for a moment because everyone felt it. That is not luck. That is craft. Another side fans rarely talk about is how she balances strength and softness. Many actors can play tough characters. Many can play sweet ones. But few can move between both so smoothly that you forget you are watching the same person. One moment she is calm and gentle. The next she is standing firm and unshaken. That contrast is powerful because it reflects real life. Real people are not one emotion. And Moon Jae-young understands that deeply. Then there is her connection with co-stars. Watch closely and you will notice something special. She listens. Truly listens. When another character speaks, her reactions are not just scripted responses. They feel like real responses. Small nods. Soft smiles. Thoughtful pauses. That ability to react naturally makes every pairing feel believable, and that is why her chemistry on screen feels so real and so memorable. But beyond acting, there is her quiet confidence. She does not need to be the loudest in the room to be noticed. She does not need constant attention to prove her worth. She lets her work speak. And in a world where noise is everywhere, that kind of calm confidence is rare and refreshing. Fans also rarely talk about how she grows with every project. If you compare her earlier performances with her recent ones, you will see clear evolution. More depth. More control. More bold choices. She is not standing still. She is moving forward and pushing herself higher each time. That is the mark of someone who is not satisfied with being good, but wants to be great. And here's the part that truly makes her special. She respects the audience. She understands that people invest their time and emotions when they watch her work. So she gives them honesty. She gives them effort. She gives them characters that stay in the mind long after the screen goes dark. So no, she is not just a pretty face. She is a storyteller. She is a mood changer. She is a quiet force that slowly and steadily leaves a powerful mark on every story she touches. If you're already a fan, then now you know there is even more to admire. And if you are just discovering her, then this is your invitation to watch more closely and appreciate the depth behind the beauty. It is the quiet leadership she brings into every story. Not leadership that demands attention, but leadership that lifts the entire scene. When she performs with others, she creates space for them to shine as well. The scene becomes richer not because she takes everything, but because she gives energy and focus that pulls everyone into the same emotional rhythm. Watch carefully, and you will notice how she builds moments step by step. She does not rush to the biggest emotion. She lets it grow. A soft beginning, then a gentle rise, then a powerful release that feels earned and natural. This patience is rare, and it shows a deep respect for storytelling. It shows that she trusts the audience to feel with her rather than be pushed by loud acting. There are scenes where her characters stand alone in silence, and yet you can feel a storm of thoughts moving inside her. That ability to carry inner emotion without speaking is a skill that many spend a lifetime trying to master. She already commands it with calm control. Another beautiful part of her work is how she makes strength look gentle and gentleness look strong. Her characters do not need to shout to be powerful. They stand firm in their choices. They protect what matters to them. They grow through pain and hope and determination. This kind of strength feels real and relatable, and that is why so many viewers connect deeply with her roles. Her success did not arrive overnight. It was built through years of effort, learning, and trusting the process. That long road shaped her into an artist who values improvement more than praise. Each project becomes a new classroom, and she enters it ready to learn again. This mindset keeps her performances fresh and alive. And there is something else that cannot be ignored: her respect for the stories she tells. She treats every role as important, big or small, light or heavy. She gives the same level of care. This consistency is what builds a strong and lasting career. As audiences continue to grow around the world, her influence grows too. Not through loud headlines, but through steady, powerful work that speaks for itself. People may discover her through one drama, but they stay because of the depth they continue to see. The more you watch her, the more you realize that her beauty is only the doorway. The real treasure is what lives beyond that doorway. Kraft, emotion, intelligence, and a heart that clearly loves the art of acting. So, as the chapters of her career keep unfolding, one thing becomes certain. She is not here for a moment. She is here to leave a mark that lasts. And even beyond performance, there is a calm wisdom in how she chooses to move through her career. She does not rush. She does not chase every opportunity. She selects stories that allow her to grow and stretch and explore new emotional ground. This kind of patience shows a deep understanding that true success is built over time, not in a single moment. There are roles where she carries gentle warmth that feels comforting, and there are roles where she carries quiet fire that feels strong and determined. This balance allows her to reach many different kinds of viewers. People see parts of themselves in her characters, and that connection builds loyalty that goes beyond one project. Another beautiful part of her journey is how she handles challenges within stories. When her characters face difficult choices, she does not play them as simple good or bad decisions. She shows the struggle, the hesitation, the weight of responsibility. This makes every turning point feel meaningful and real. Her performances also carry a sense of honesty that cannot be created by technique alone. It comes from emotional awareness and true understanding of human behavior. She does not perform emotions. She allows them to appear naturally, and that is why viewers trust what they see. As time passes, her presence on screen feels stronger yet calmer. She does not need to prove anything. She simply arrives, and the story begins to breathe differently. Scenes feel fuller. Conversations feel deeper. Even simple moments feel important. And this is why fans who truly watch closely speak about her with admiration, not only for how she looks, but for how she makes them feel. Inspired, comforted, understood, motivated. These are powerful reactions, and they come from genuine connection. Her career also reminds us that grace and ambition can exist together. She works hard. She aims high. But she carries herself with respect for others and gratitude for opportunities. This combination makes her journey not only successful but admirable. Looking ahead, it is exciting to imagine the stories she will tell and the characters she will bring to life. With every new project, she adds another chapter to a growing legacy built on consistency and care. So when we speak about Moon Jae-young, let us speak about dedication. Let us speak about emotional intelligence. Let us speak about the courage to grow and the discipline to improve. And as her story continues, it becomes clear that her journey is not only about personal success, but also about the impact she quietly creates through the characters she brings to life. Some of her roles give courage to those who feel unsure. Some bring comfort to those who feel alone. Some inspire viewers to believe that growth is always possible. These are not small achievements. These are moments that stay with people in their real lives. There is also a strong sense of sincerity in the way she approaches her work. She does not treat acting as a shortcut to fame, but as a responsibility to tell stories truthfully. This respect for storytelling is what gives her performances lasting value. Long after trends change, her work will still feel meaningful because it is built on emotion, not fashion. Her versatility continues to expand. From light-hearted warmth to deep emotional struggle, she moves between tones with ease. This range allows her to surprise the audience again and again. Just when you think you know what to expect, she reveals another side and reminds everyone that she is still evolving. And through all this growth, she remains grounded. Success does not pull her away from discipline. Praise does not stop her from learning. She stays focused on improving the small details that turn good performances into unforgettable ones. There is also something inspiring about how she represents quiet confidence in a fast and noisy world. She does not chase attention through controversy. She lets steady work and consistent effort shape her reputation. Over time, this builds trust and admiration that cannot be shaken easily. As new fans discover her work, they often begin with her beauty, but they stay because of her depth. They stay because her characters feel alive and her emotions feel sincere. They stay because her stories leave something behind. This is how real stars are made. Not through noise, but through lasting connection. And this connection continues to grow across different cultures and audiences. Without shouting, without forcing her way into the spotlight, she reaches hearts, simply by being true to her craft. That is rare and powerful. So as the future opens, new doors and new stories await, one thing feels certain. Moon Jae-young will continue to surprise, inspire, and move people in ways that go beyond appearance and beyond trends. And even as the spotlight grows brighter around her, she continues to move with calm focus, as if she understands that true success is not about how loud the applause is, but about how deeply the story touches the heart. This mindset keeps her grounded and keeps her connected to the reason she began this journey in the first place. There are scenes where her characters face moments of doubt, and you can almost feel the weight of that hesitation through the screen. Not exaggerated. Not dramatic. Just real. That realism is what makes viewers feel like they are not watching a performance, but sharing a moment with someone who feels familiar and true. Her ability to build trust with the audience is one of her strongest gifts. When she appears in a new story, people are ready to follow because they believe in her choices. They believe she will bring something meaningful. That trust is not given easily. It is earned through consistency and honesty in her work. Another beautiful part of her journey is how she brings dignity to every role. Even when her characters struggle, she presents them with respect. She never makes them feel small or weak. Instead, she shows their inner strength and their quiet courage. This approach sends a powerful message that growth can exist even in difficult moments. As more projects unfold, you can sense that she is stepping into a phase of even greater depth. Her expressions are richer. Her emotional control is stronger. Her presence feels more confident, yet still gentle. It is the kind of maturity that comes only from experience and dedication. And while many chase fame, she continues to chase excellence. That choice may not always create the loudest headlines, but it creates something far more valuable. A body of work that people return to again and again. Stories that continue to matter long after their first release. For fans who have followed her from the beginning, this journey feels rewarding because they have witnessed the transformation step by step. For new fans, it feels exciting because there is so much to discover and so much more ahead. Her path reminds us that real growth is not rushed. It is built patiently through effort, learning, and belief in oneself. And that lesson is just as inspiring as any role she plays. And now, as we reach this final part of the journey, it feels right to pause and truly appreciate what makes Moon Jae-young stand apart in a world filled with faces and fast fame. She is not built on sudden attention. She is built on steady effort and quiet strength, and that kind of foundation lasts. What remains most powerful about her story is not just how far she has come, but how carefully she continues to move forward. She understands that every role is a chance to grow, and every scene is a chance to connect. She does not waste those chances. She treats them with care and respect, and that shows in the way her performances stay in the hearts of viewers. She represents a kind of success that feels meaningful. Success that is earned through learning, patience, and persistence. Success that does not fade quickly, because it is not based on noise. It is based on skill and sincerity. When people look back on her career years from now, they will not only remember how beautiful she looked on screen. They will remember how she made them feel. They will remember the calm strength of her characters, the quiet emotion in her eyes, the moments that felt real and stayed with them long after the story ended. That is the true mark of an artist. Not how often they appear, but how deeply they remain in memory. So, as her future continues to open with new stories and new challenges, there is strong reason to believe that her best work is still ahead. More growth, more depth, more moments that remind us why storytelling matters. And as fans and supporters, we become part of that journey. Every time we watch, every time we share, every time we speak about the talent behind the beauty, we help shape a world where dedication and honesty are celebrated. So, let this be the final reminder. Moon Jae-young is not just someone you watch. She is someone whose work you feel. Someone whose journey shows that quiet strength can shine just as brightly as loud success. If this story inspired you, then do not stop here. Share it with others who love real talent. Support the artists who give their hearts to their craft. And if you want more deep stories like this, then stay with this channel, subscribe, and keep walking this journey with us, because there are many more powerful stories waiting to be told. Thank you for staying till the end, and thank you for celebrating talent that shines from the inside and leaves a lasting light wherever it goes.